Let's say somebody going into customer service, that type of a career and that type of a role, to some degree, no matter where you are in an organization, you should be always conscious of your customer. But some people spend their whole day dealing with customers and really have to be conscious of this idea of customer service. So what would be your advice? And we probably got fairly early stage career professionals or students on the webinar today. So what's the advice going into a customer service career?
Yeah, so my basic advice is that if you're new here, there are just a few steps that you have to just take to be successful, right? You have to be personable. Like the customers, when they call in and when they are talking to you, you should be professional, of course, but you should also have like that smile on your face throughout the call so that they actually can just feel that smile, right? When they know that you're smiling on the other end, automatically they'll become more personable with you, right? And then you can always make conversations with them. Just make sure that you're always keeping them interactive, not giving it a long silence pause there, because sometimes that silence pause can just become really awkward. So it's so much better if you will just go ahead and communicate better with them. Keep communicating, keep that interaction going. Just be very patient with customers. A lot of times, like, you can get customers who are not very open to conversations. Just be patient there, keep smiling, and still keep like the conversation minimal, but still keep it going in a way like, hey, how are you doing, or how's the weather for you today, like, are you doing well, like, like, I hope everything and everyone's safe at home. So things like this will just like help you make a better impact on your customers as well. So these are just a few things. Just be more empathetical and have more sympathy with them. So if they're angry or they're upset, just always keep that in mind that you could be on the other side as well. So just keep that in mind as well when you're speaking with them. So I think, yeah, that will be it.
Yeah, that's such great advice, Kritika. I mean, you mentioned this idea of empathy there, and I suppose in a digitally transformed world, we all get frustrated when we end up speaking to a machine or an automated voice response, and by the time you get through to a real person, let's put it like that, the frustration and the anger is building up, and it's so important for us to have that empathy and demonstrate that humanity to the person, and to acknowledge the reality of their perception of the situation, and the damage potentially that's been done to their lives, whether or not directly as a result of your fault or something that your company could have controlled. The customer has their view, and they are complaining to you. And the most important thing is to show the empathy in that situation. I mean, Salil, how do you go then from a customer complaint, a difficult, angry person standing in front of you at the front of the branch or on the phone, like Kritika has explained, show that empathy, be personable, etc. But how do you go from there to resolving the problem and building up your brand reputation with that customer again?
Yeah, so we've done around, I think, 1.5 hours of just lectures just to how to handle upset customers. So it's a massive, massive topic, and we've covered various factors in the course as well on how to handle upset customers, because that's one of the priorities. One of the great things that we covered, that Kritika covered, is smile. Smile is what I cover in my sales course, in my salesman course, in my customer service course. So it's something that I've covered in all the courses, because it's very simple. When you smile, there's a thing called emotional contagion and mirroring, where if you're smiling, or if you are even smiling on the call, that reflects on the customer. So they feel happy, or your emotions or your feelings get transferred. So whenever you have an upset customer, it's important that you are happy, or you are content, and you are not being upset by their efforts, right? So they may curse, they may be angry, they may be loud, but if you let their emotion turn to you, then you'll have a bad day, and then you'll be upset and you'll be angry, and that just makes situations worse. So this is where you have to bring in patience, you have to bring in empathy, you have to bring in your experience, and just be relaxed, just be calm, just keep smiling. And your calmness, your smile, your positive energy will transfer to the customer, where they started feeling less angry, they feel they're heard, they feel that they're being acknowledged, their problems are being acknowledged, and slowly their anger will come down, slowly their feeling of being upset will come down, and that eventually you'll get to a same level where you're both okay, you're both all right, you're both maturely and calmly discussing the issue, You're together trying to find a solution. And a lot of times you can ask the customer, hi, what solution are you looking for? What do you want to happen now? Or what can I do for you, right? So they'll give you the solution they're looking for. And eventually you come on a common ground where the problem is also discussed. They're not angry. You have given the solution. You are smiling. You are happy. And that leads to a fine path, a fine mediation where we're trying to get to, where both the customer service executive is happy with being able to serve a customer, and the customer is happy that he got served properly. He got the respect that he was looking for. He got the acknowledgement he was looking for, and his problems and his issues are addressed.
Great, Salil. Thank you very much for that.